Hello everyone, this is a 32 back with another deck review. This is the Cincy 52, Cincinnati 52. It is a Cincinnati themed deck by Drew at justdrew.com. That's where you can get it, justdrew.com. Link will be in the description. So this is basically in front of the top case, even though it would normally be the back, obviously. And it says the Cincy 52 deck, Cincinnati. There's a pig on there, I'll tell you why in a bit. And they made that reversible. On the sides, there's some details featuring the flora, if you will, of Cincinnati, I guess it is, and not centered. I don't know if this is a prototype or if it's just not printed as well as it could be, but it's fine, I guess. Top says the Cincy 52 deck, and the bottom says manufactured for Drew, Cincinnati, Ohio, meaning to say no, it's not printed by the USPC. One can only wish. And then here you see the back design on the back. Nothing on the flaps. These cards are, the tuck case is definitely a bit bigger than the cards themselves, which is a bit unusual. I'm not sure who produced them, to be fair. So inside there is an ad card or informational card, copyrighted to Drew, Cincy 52 deck. It says artists include Sean Foster and Drew Phillips, and somebody did typography. Eric Fritz did the chokers, and that's that. There you see the back design, a bit big on the borders. It would be nice if these little borders were the actual borders. For some reason they're not. Also, I mean, I think it's fine. I like the red color. There's kind of a spade with a crown in there. There's all sorts of, I guess, flora, if you will, from Cincinnati. All sorts of details, but almost a little bit too much detail. And almost feels like it should have been, bigger. That these should have been the actual borders, or closer to the actual edge, if you will. I don't know. But it's not bad. It just seems like there's just maybe a little bit too much detail. Then there's another information card. Talks about this being a tribute to the city of Cincinnati. I figured since USBC's roots is in Cincinnati, this would be a cool deck to have. And by the way, I'd like to thank Drew Phillips for sending me this deck to review. I appreciate it. And there's just all sorts of information. Then you get to the jokers and that pig. It says joker, it's reversible. You see the pig. The reason for that is because Cincinnati used to be nicknamed Porkopolis because they were like the capital of pork manufacturing, pork production. So I think that's a pretty interesting little tidbit. The other joker had steamboats because apparently that used to be pretty big for their commerce back in the day. And then we get to the cards. The cards all feature different, different neighborhoods. 52 unique neighborhoods from Cincinnati on the faces of every card, including the year that they basically became a neighborhood. So here's the Ace of Spades. It says Goof. Kind of a weird name, and this is from 1850. And you see the spade pip. It looks like it's a pine tree. I'm guessing that's what it's supposed to be. Interesting, the index is kind of reverse of what we're used to. Usually it's the number letter on top, the pip on the bottom. Not in this case. The court cards, same style of artwork. College Hill. And Madisonville. 1911 and 1911. Also, I believe they had it organized from Ace to King, from like 18 whatever to, kind of present day, chronological, which is pretty interesting. Here we got Clifton, Jack of Diamonds. Hearts and club pips are fairly standard, as you can see, but this one, it looks a little bit odd, like it was drawn by a kid. Not really sure why that is, but I'm sure it's related to something to do with Cincinnati. Now, here's the quote cards. Here's what the number card looks like. Basically the same, smaller square, and it's got more of that flora and whatnot details on the sides, which is pretty nice. That's Rose Lawn. But basically it's the same thing. Mount Adams, Sailor Park, California. Alright, let's move on. So, that is that. As for the art, I mean, I like the style of the Jokers, and they stand out. The number cards and quote cards and, well, everything is basically the same. So I guess it's not bad, the artwork. Back design could have used a little bit of improvement. The faces, I guess they're fine for what they are. They're unique. They stand out. As far as the art is concerned, I will give it 3.25, 3.5 out of 5 perhaps. It's not bad. Could have been a little bit slightly better. But overall, not bad and unique. Stands out. As for handling purposes, or actually usability purposes, is it usable for playing cards, doing magic? Cardistry not so much, and I don't usually focus on that. Apologize if the lighting's not the best, I'll have to fix that. Anyway, as far as usability is concerned, it's not the most usable. You're relying on an index that is reversed, and there's no pips or anything like that, so I tried playing solitaire with it. It wasn't the best. I mean, it's still usable, but it's not the best. So I'll say, like 3 out of 5 for, usability. Wouldn't recommend using it for magic or cardistry, for that matter. As for handling, not bad. It's got a very nice springy stock. I do like that. However, and it shuffles nice and everything. The reason why it's not good for cardistry is because it clumps. The reason is because whoever produced these used some kind of a cutting technique that left a bit of an edge on the edges of the cards, so that causes the cards to kind of stick together just a little bit. That's just, I don't know who produced it. Obviously, it wasn't one of the main companies. But anyways, as for your handling purposes, they're fine for playing cards, doing some magic. If you wanted to do magic with them, cardistry not so much. No fluorescing or fanning or anything like that. So I'll say 3.5 out of 5. Overall, I'll give this deck a good 3.25, 3.5 out of 5. It's not bad. It's not on par with some of the other Kickstarter decks we see. No offense to the graders or anything like that. It's a fine deck. It's a nice way to commemorate Cincinnati. It's good as a commemorative deck, a souvenir deck, but it's not on par with some of the other decks I've reviewed in the past or will review in the future. That's all there is to it. You can get these at justscrew.com. Link will be in the description. And don't forget to comment, like, rate, subscribe. Check out collectible playing cards for all your card needs and use the code VJSA32 for 10% off your order each and every time. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of this deck.